willkommen hier im Glaspalast, Ryan Searle. Ryan Searle tritt an gegen einen der erfolgreichsten BDO-Spieler in der Geschichte. Der Mann hat die letzten 3 Weltmeisterschaften auf dem BDO-Circuit gewonnen. Er ist der Weltmeister von 2017, 2018, 2019. Das ist er, Glenn Durrant.
Final game of the night, final game of round 1 at the European Darts Grand Prix here at the Glaspalast in Sindelfingen. But the winner of this does not make it through to round 2. They make it all the way through to round 3, the last 16, the final day. What a carrot that lies before these two men. But which one will seize it? Will it be Ryan Searle, a man who was in all kinds of trouble halfway through last year and then suddenly found a spark, found a way to turn things around, made his first PDC final and made his first quarter-final on the Euro Tour, followed it up with a run to the last 16 of the World Championship, and this year he's been playing some good stuff as well. Things have turned right around for heavy metal Ryan Searle. Or will it be Glenn Durrant, a legend of the BDO, in his first year in the PDC, and things are all going according to plan for Duzzer. He's won a title, he's made a final, he's repeatedly threatening to win more, and he is averaging more than anybody else in qualifying for these Euro Tours.
Ryan to throw first. Game on.
Ryan Searle has the advantage of throwing first in this one. A spot in round 3 on the line. Chris Murphy in the comms box.
Yeah, been looking forward to this one all day, as I'm sure has everyone at home. Bunting beaten, didn't disappoint a couple of matches ago, and this could certainly rival that. And what we have not had in all of the 15 matches before this one is one that's being played out over a full quarter of 11 legs. Could we save the closest to the last of the evening?
Well, they both got here by winning last leg deciders in the qualifiers, because Ryan Searle beat Scott Baker 6-2 and then beat Daniel Ayres in a mad game where he went 5-0 up, then it went 5-all, and then Ryan Searle chucked in a 12-darter to win it with Ayres back on more than 300. Which is just a bizarre game. As for Duzzer, he saw Harry Ward 6-1 and then needed a last leg decider against the in-form Aaron Monk to come through.
Yes, and 60. Big H is certainly not out of form.
Big what?
H.
Big H.
Have they changed the nickname?
No, Big H.
66.
That's his name, not Big H.
I'm pronouncing the H in H.
I'll turn your mic off.
140.
Does that down to a 2-darter after 4 visits. Searle can do nothing but hit and hope.
54. Glenn Uruguay 81.
No need to go 12 and bull. So Durrant lays up. He's played Searle once before. That was in their BDO days 2.5, 3 years ago. Beat him in the semi-finals on the way to the title of the BDO Gold Cup.
32.
Beat Paul Hogan in the final of that. That's a little bit in the way of the double 8.
16.
And neither of them are in the
Ryan
double eight.
Uruguay,
Ryan
110.
Searle, who was trailing significantly in this one, can still turn it around with a bullseye finish.
There
it is!
Ryan Searle. Second
A
leg is Glenn to
pearl.
throw first. Game on.
Let's bring Chris Murphy back. There you go. Your mic's on again now.
Hi, Dan. And that was another case of Ryan Searle digging his way out of trouble
60.
there in bizarre fashion. Following on from that qualifying match that you described, but Searle is
57.
certainly one of the opponents that perhaps Glenn Durrant would have wished to avoid in the first round. However, that has been cushioned, this tough draw, with the carrot that you described at the start of the match, the fact that it is a bye into the final day.
Yeah, we know, obviously the draw is there, so we know who the winner would face. It is either Mensur Suljovic, the number 7 seed, or it is Steve Beaton, who came through against Stephen Bunting. So, yes, all right, there is this bye. There is a huge opportunity for someone here to make it through to the final day. But at the same time,
43.
you know you're going to be facing quality there.
It will be a first final day, wouldn't it, for Glenn?
140.
It's been a strange one for Glenn on the Euro Tour. He's made it through to a few of them. This is his third, but he's been a second round loser
60. Ryan Uruguay,
on
164.
both previous occasions.
Yeah, there was one match against Jermaine Watermena which he had in the palm of his hand and let slip.
But at the minute, Ryan
45.
Searle is the man who is doing most damage. And it's you know, Steve Beaton has made all of these through the qualifiers, all 6 so far this year. Durrant is averaging 100 in the qualifiers, and yet
19.
he's only made half of them. 57 scored, which means that he gets 1 dart at the ball, and he pins it again. And Ryan Searle, back-to-back bullseye checkouts of 110 and 119.
Game on.
Well, don't leave him on the ball, Glenn. Can we see someone stumble from Searle
95.
and then just casually lobs it into the treble 20?
To be fair, his darts are so heavy that sometimes it must just be the weight of them dragging him over, I would imagine. Nobody throws a heavier dart than Ryan Searle, 32 grams.
100.
Searle has reached the final day himself once previously, and actually went on to reach the quarterfinals when he did.
Yeah, that was that incredible
140.
rejuvenation of his year, wasn't it? Risa, back end of last year, following his success in the Champion of Champions event, that sort of news of the world type tournament that seems to be a predictor
96.
of success for so many PDC players if they go on and win it.
Yeah, it was a week after reaching the Pro Tour final that he lost to Nathan Aspinall, and then turned up in
42.
Risa, beat the likes of Peter Wright and Martin Schindler en route to the quarterfinals. He was beaten by
140.
Iceman Price.
Does this hit a ton 40 to leave 165 there? That's not clever counting. Because he
140.
cannot win the leg in this visit now, and Searle will come back looking at a 2-darter, and it could be a bullseye finish again.
Well, if I was him, I'd
87.
intentionally try and leave the ball here. It's about to go wrong, Ryan.
Yeah,
No, it's not. Ryan Searle does take out in 2 darts.
It's Glenn to throw first. Game
Has
on.
been perfect on finishing, including 2 balls. And Glenn Durrant has got a bit of work to do if he's going to somehow turn this around. 3 darts each at double, 3 hits from Searle, 3 misses from Durrant.
$96.
Yeah, 110, 119 ton plus, but 2 darts to take out 84 as well. You can't get better than that.
Absolutely not.
140. 100.
Some tasty tyres already set up for the second round tomorrow. I like the look of Adrian Lewis against Jamie Hughes
95.
in particular. Max Hopp against Nathan Aspinall, played here in Sindelfingen, is something to get excited about. And another meeting between Rob Cross and Jeffrey Desvan.
Michael
93.
Smith, Christoph Ratajski was a classic when they met on the Euro Tour earlier this year. And of course, only one person has beaten Michael van
45.
Gerwen on the Euro Tour this year, but not many beat him on the Euro Tour last year. One of them was Brendan Dolan, and he'll have a crack at him tomorrow. Oh, now then.
161.
A mistake, but he is on a finish.
Well, Glenn needs something to get him going in this match. Could this be it? We'll leave it handy.
137.
If the two trebles go, oh, they're not going to. So Glenn Durrant is going to get 3 more darts. Now, he has missed 3 darts at double so far in this game.
There's another.
James on the fourth leg.
But he doesn't miss this time. Durrant
leg is Ryan
off
through
the
first.
mark.
Game on.
And it was a good job as well because Searle left
43.
a finish that he'd already taken out in the match.
Yeah, well, any kind of finish is a dangerous one to leave Ryan Searle at the minute.
137.
Contrasting styles between this pair.
59.
Searle free flowing, almost carefree throwing.
Yeah, kind of what Chris Mason would call a feel player, isn't he?
140.
Compared to Durrant, who's more of an aimer.
Yeah. A bit of a lobber.
140.
Lobbing him pretty effectively at the minute.
Stands quite a long way across to the right of the hockey as well. Almost in Stephen Bunting territory.
136.
If you can find the treble 20, which is not easy from there,
59.
would have left him a finish, but Durrant
88.
has got time now, so he's got a couple of visits to see this off. No need to go 2018 bull.
Yeah,
Lovely.
Great guide for Glenn, who's just going to compose himself before taking aim at double 4,
Yeah,
which he finds.
Glenn Durrant.
And all of a sudden,
Six leg is Glenn to throw first. Game on.
Durrant is throwing to level this up, having lost the first 3 legs. And interesting that you raised the point about the final qualifying match for Ryan Searle, because I guess what you can get with these so-called field players is
100.
He can be streaky.
Yeah, exactly.
And we mentioned that Euro Tour classic between Michael Smith and Christoph Ratajski, and Michael Smith, you feel, is very much
57.
in the field player category. And that was one where he was trailing by 4 or 5 legs, then got it back to a last leg decider and nearly won it, and then lost it.
$100.
But Durrant can grind. We saw him in his first PDC final in just his 2nd ranking event. Come from way, way back against Dave Chisnell in the final. So very nearly turn it around.
Yeah.
He is tenacious.
Including an incredible 170 checkout.
140.
We might see a 161 when Glenn returns, although he needn't
60.
complete it in this visit.
Well, the thing is, Durrant's getting his scoring together over the last few legs. Searle hasn't really. His finishing is almost flawless, Ryan Searle. But he is not going to get many opportunities unless he can start piling in the trebles a little bit more regularly, because Durrant is giving himself chances here.
24.
Really, really good chances. And 3-0 down might be about to become 3-all.
And on the
does.
Glenn Durrant. 7 leg is Ryan to throw first. Game on. 57.
Not sure if Glenn is still trying to pick himself up from the playoff disappointment suffered by his beloved football team. Middlesbrough missing out. Of course, the playoff score will be settled in the Premier League darts on Thursday in Leeds. And some of the protagonists will be in action here tomorrow.
Yeah, well, of course, it was Dowell Gurney whom Durrant tested himself against in his appearance as one of the contenders this year. Didn't go how he wanted, but Gurney was excellent that night, as he has been on many nights in the Premier League this year.
Has James Wade made his move by skipping this tournament?
Well, he's made a move, largely one that consists of not moving over here for the weekend.
Was it a wise move to have the feet up while the others slog it out on the Sindelfingen stage?
Well, you never know. Rob Cross last night was saying that the best thing he can do to prepare for the playoffs is to keep playing well, keep winning games. That's why he's here. Durrant can't take the 161, and Searle has got another ton-plus checkout staring at him. The doubles have been perfect from him. If he gets a dart at one, and he will do, does it continue? Of course it does. Ryan Searle, and Durrant turns away in disgust. What can he do?
110, 119, 84, and now 112. Absolute perfection from Ryan Searle, who is taking Glenn Durrant to finishing school.
108.
Well, that's what he can do in response. His first maximum. Does it literally? You could see it. He turned away, disgusted by the fact that this man keeps on hitting the checkouts.
But you mentioned his tenacity, and Glenn will keep grinding.
60.
Cut the 180 in half.
$41.
The thing is, Glenn Durrant here is averaging over a ton, and Ryan Searle is where he is purely because of those finishes alone.
100.
He's had several wayward darts in this match, and some of the finishers have rescued those. Certainly that first 110
Glenn, you're
on the
161.
bullseye. Once again, Glenn on 161 after 9.
$81.
Well, that will do.
Yeah, but the pressure on this 80, when Ryan Searle is going to be on something.
When you are
85.
playing effectively a
80.
computer that always takes out finishes. Has to go, Glenn.
There's no other option, Glenn.
Have to find a way, Glenn.
Yeah, it's on the 8th there, Glenn Durrant.
That
Nice leg is Ryan to throw first.
is a gutsy shot from Duzza.
Well, if Ryan Searle can find a way to start getting to finishers first,
121.
then he'll win this match.
It's astonishing, isn't it? I mean, look, he's 100% on doubles, and yet he's still only averaging about 90 here, Ryan Searle, and that's a reflection of how the scoring has just not been where it needs to be. Duzza is doing what he's been doing all year. This is regular Duzza kind of numbers, and at the minute, it's not quite enough.
Yeah, the difference in that first 9 average enormous.
100.
But we have seen Performances, well, the Keegan Brown one against Michael Van Gerwen springs to mind. When he was flawlessly finishing an MVG despite a
100.
fantastic performance, sky-high average, was beaten.
Yeah, and we've seen losing averages today of 97, nearly 98. I mean, it's very possible for somebody to go and post these numbers that does us posting and lose the game. But it takes something extraordinarily resilient from your opponent, and Ryan Searle is providing that in the minute, and he is, for a change, going to be first to a finish.
Well, we know that Durrant has resilience, and plenty of it.
And you can see that, look, just illustrates how Ryan Searle has got no idea where some of the darts land. He's got problems with his vision. But it's incredible that he's this good when he can't even see the board at times.
100. Ryan, you require 40.
Well, he would like to see this. Landing double top. And all the combination finishers have gone. But 3 clear darts at double, and Searle has fluffed his line.
122.
Well, are the roles going to be reversed?
Still a chance.
90. Ryan, you require 40.
Will lightning strike twice?
Games on the ninth leg, Ryan Searle.
No, it will not, because Ryan Searle is 1 leg away. And after 15 games today, none of them have gone to a last leg decider. Are we finally going to get one? I think this game deserves it.
60.
Has been an intriguing clash. Durrant only finding 60. Who is opening salvo, and Searle finds 2 trebles. He doesn't want it to go to 6-5. He wants to get the job done here.
And you know what? It could be decided by 1 leg. And it could really, when you look back at this game, that mad first leg where Durrant was all over Ryan Searle, didn't break him, and Searle pinned that bullseye finish of 110 after his first start, went in the treble 1. It's a vital last start for Durrant, but Searle has got a real chance here.
Needs a treble to be first to a finish. He's done that.
100.
Well, the only thing this game is missing for Ryan Searle is a massive combination checkout. We know he can hit the bullseye. Can he do it after hitting a couple of trebles?
Well, a 177 here from Glenn would be spectacular.
139.
I'm sure he will settle for that.
161.
A hat-trick of bull finishers.
Treble 17. Oh, he doesn't get it, go at it.
102.
But this has to go.
62.
We know Glenn has got the game. We know he's got the guts.
But has he got the double? It's double 16. The green bit.
30.
He hasn't. And does he think the game is up? Heavy metal Ryan Searle. Wields those ones superbly. A 6-4 victory against the 3-time Lakeside champion. And Ryan Searle's spectacular finishing puts him through to the final day of the European Darts Grand Prix. Dozer denied despite a 98 average. Ryan Searle will face either Mensur Suljovic or Steve Beaton for a place in the quarter-finals. We're back tomorrow here at the Glass Palace for some more top-class action, including the arrival of the likes of Michael Van Gerwen and Peter Snakebite Wright, former champions here in Sindelfingen.
From der Doppelquote, excellent. Ryan, congratulations. The finishing was fabulous. Lots of high finishes.
Yeah, finishing was good. Scoring not so good. I mean, a lot of 60s, 59s. I felt right backstage and come up here and I just seemed to be a little bit above the 60 every time, but I got a bit of time to fix that now, and I'm looking forward to my next game.
I mean, getting Glenn Durrant in the first round is a tough draw. Tomorrow, James Wade is waiting. He's in the form of his life, probably.
Yeah, I mean, when I seen our draw Glenn, I thought, there's not many worse draws than that. Neither of us played particularly well there, and I'm just happy to win. Can I just say hello to my little boy Connor? He's still up watching, and get to bed, and I'll see you on Monday.
Okay, cool. Ryan, thank you very much. Ryan Searle mit Grüßen nach Hause. Er sagt, er freut sich klar